If you were not at the gala the other night, Shane and his wife have cut a rug or two because it was pretty evident that they knew what they were doing on the dance floor.
All right.
Pledge.
Yes. Would you please put your hand over your heart and join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you. And if you would be seated, Val is going to come up and introduce our guests today.
Visiting our club today, we have Tracy Love. Hello, that's a familiar face. Welcome. Heather Bradford. Hello, Heather. Aaron Alsop, guest of Robert Alsop. Hi, Aaron. Sean Lee. Hello, Sean. And Coy Donald.
Hey, Coy.
Hello, Coy.
Let's give our guests a rousing Irving Rotary welcome. And now Heather and Tracy, would you come up? They are from Vogel. We're getting started a little late, so come up and do your thing.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Again, my name is Heather and I am with Vogel Alcove. We've shortened it to Vogel, but I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about Vogel Alcove first. If there's anybody in the room who knows about Vogel, raise your hand. No, okay, good. I just want to tell you a little bit about that. And I think they're going to get a PowerPoint presentation up and going, but I can start. So Vogel has been in business for 38 years in the Dallas community. We are an early therapeutic child care center that takes care of homeless children and their families. And we have at our main campus right now, we have kiddos from 6 weeks old to 5 years old. And they come Monday through Friday, and it is a great haven for them and a great place for them to come. And yeah, so oh yeah, okay.
I'm here to support Heather as when she do this presentation, but I really just want to see y'all in here. So thank you for having me.
That's awesome. Yes, thank you, Tracy. She's here for moral support in case I say something stupid, and then she's like, "Oh, okay, never mind." Awesome. And look, there's everybody. Hi. Okay, so back to Vogel. We are one of the great things I think that what we're doing is that we are helping these homeless families and helping them get back on the road to a place out of poverty and where they can sustain themselves and sustain their families. And to come to Vogel, you have to be homeless to start. And we have social workers that are there, and they're assigned a social worker. And then they start, the social workers work with the families to decide, okay, where are you in your journey? What do you want to do? What do you want to do in life? Maybe you had lost your license as a nurse or something like that. Or maybe you had drug abuse or incarceration in your past. And so that's what we want to do, is to help them get over whatever those stumbling blocks might be for them to get back onto the road to recovery, if you will. And as I said, to be sustainable for their family. We talk a lot about at Vogel that to put the oxygen mask on yourself first and then take care of those that are with you. You have to be able to take care of yourself first. And that's important. So we want our folks to be healthy and functioning, and then so they can take care of their kids. And when the kids come, the first thing that we do is we've got assessments to see where the kids are in their development. And to put it into perspective, is if you were in a shelter, you would not put a baby on the ground to learn to crawl in a shelter. So those kids are going to be a little bit developmentally behind because they haven't learned to crawl and then learn to walk, etc. And so we have a lot of therapy that at Vogel to help with these developmental delays that these kids have But we assess the kids, then we assess the parents too. Where are you in your journey? As I said, if you have drug abuse or incarceration in your past, then that's something that we can help them with. And so we call it a 2-generational approach because we work with the parents and then we also work with the kids because we want everybody to be able to go forth and to do better. So we have several components that go with what we do. And one is our early childhood education, and the kids are in classrooms. We have 14 classrooms. We have teachers that are trauma responsive, certified, or their education, and our teachers work with the kids on getting over that trauma. You guys maybe remember COVID, and that there's a hormone cortisol that gets in your body, and if it stays in your body for a long period of time, it's very unhealthy. And so a lot of our kids have some health issues, and just to get over that is very difficult, and especially in these young kiddos. And so we talk a lot about rewiring brains. And so this is something that we do that our teachers help with, and that trauma responsive care really helps with that. So, great. Yeah, you can go on to the next one there. Yeah. So we have a lot of great components that we help these kids with. This developmental therapy, speech, and all of the different therapies that we might need. The social emotional is very important. One of the things that I talk about, that social emotional part, is that makes Vogel stand out from other organizations that do what we did, are similar to what we do, is that we start from a place of love, that we want to make sure these kids come in and that they feel safe and that they've got food in their tummies and that they feel like they're at a place where they don't have to be on guard all the time. And so that makes a difference. And then we work on the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s. That's the next thing, because a lot of what we do in these classrooms too is to make sure that they can go on to school and progress further in their school, and to not disrupt the class, because we have a lot of behavioral issues as well, as you can imagine. So when our kids go to school, one of the landmarks that we have is our kids need to be about 75% ready to go to kindergarten when they leave us. And this year we hit 92%. And so I think I know what we're doing is making a difference in these kids and helping them go on to be more successful and more productive. When the kids can sit and listen to what the teacher is telling them, they're going to do better, they're going to learn, they're going to absorb that information. And so when they're more educated and have better information, they can go forward and be better as well. And so then after the early education, we can go to the next one. Thank you. We also have a very robust health program. And as I told you, that some of the kids that are that come in that have these developmental delays, that they do have a lot of that cortisol in their systems. And so we do have a lot of health issues. So we have nurses that are on staff, which we love to have, because they can help our parents. If the kids need to go to the doctor, they can help them. Here's what you need to say, or here's what the doctor said. I don't understand any of it. And so the nurses can really help them work through that. And it's great to have. And we've got stories upon stories of how our nurses have really helped save these kids' lives, because they have said, you need to go see the doctor right now for whatever reason. And so it's been very nice to have them there. We do feed our kiddos 3 meals a day at Vogel, and it's breakfast, lunch, and an afternoon snack. And it's, again, as I said, it's very important for our kids to feel good and to have full tummies and to have good sleep and all of that. So that is something that we do provide. We also have a partnership with Parkland Homes Van. And so this Homes Van comes every 2 weeks, and it's a thing that our parents can utilize, or the kids can. They need to see a doctor, see a nurse, if they need immunizations, any of the things that they might need, that is provided to them through this Homes Van. And so we're very happy to have that. We also have a very robust mental health program. And nowadays, mental health is so important. And there's not as big of a stigma as there used to be going into therapy. And so our parents, we have adult therapy, and we also have child therapy. And our adult therapy is, we have a person on staff. So it's very good for our parents to for this person because they can see what's going on in the classroom, they can see what's going on with the family, and so it's a very holistic approach to their therapy. And we're getting ready to remodel a little bit, so our parents will have a more private entrance to come, so that they don't have to parade through the whole school to get to their therapy sessions. And we also do child therapy and play therapy, and play therapy is so important too. Kids' first language is play. And so for them to be able to communicate to someone through play what is going on at home or how they're feeling, or it's just a good communication for other kids so they can learn how to do that through this play therapy. And our play therapists are wonderful and love our kiddos a lot. So it's so fun. Sometimes it's not fun to listen to because it's very loud sometimes. It sounds like they're tearing the building down. So let's go to the next one. I think I already told you guys, we call it a 2-generational approach because we do work with the parents as well and the kids. One of the things I didn't tell you in the very beginning was that we are an NAEYC accredited organization, and that is a very hard designation to get. It's very difficult to keep, and about 8% of centers in the nation have this accreditation, and we are one. And it's really nice. And did I tell y'all what it meant? Because sometimes I say that and then I forget to say what it meant. It's the National Association of Education for Young Children. Sorry. And it's a great organization, and they keep us, we have a lot of regulations and a lot of red tape that we have to go through to keep that accreditation. But part of that is ratios in our classrooms, teachers to kids. And so all of our kids are in the classroom all the time. They eat in the classroom, they go to the bathroom, they wash their hands, brush their teeth, everything that they do in the classroom. And it's a great space. And here's where I will say, if you ever want to come to Vogel and tour, it's a wonderful experience because you do get to see the classrooms and you get to see the kids and teachers in action. And it's a great experience. So if you want to come for a tour, it's well worth it. It's a nice space. So with that said, moving on, we do families too. We work with the parents, which again, that 2-generational approach. So we have a lot of things that we do with our parents. Any stumbling block, as I said, that our parents might have, we help them get over. If it's a language issue, if it's again, if they need a GED or if they need a higher degree or any of those kinds of things, we offer those classes and we offer that help for them. And if they have those incarceration issues or the drug issues in their past, we can maybe help them learn how to start a small business. And we have people that come in and talk to them about that. And financial literacy is another one, so that they learn how to keep their budget and learn how to sustain their family. And the resource room that we have, that's where all of our donated items go. And so when our parents come, if they had to flee in the dark of night without anything except the clothes on their back, we can provide them with hygiene and all kinds of things, makeup and all those kinds of things. And then clothes for their kids and shoes and any of those kinds of things, diapers. And so we have a lot of donated items that go into that resource room. Another really cool thing that we're doing is called Professional U, and it is a class that our parents can come to Vogel and they take, and it helps them learn to use the computer, helps them to use Microsoft, the suite, and helps them learn to do all those kinds of things so that when they can get a better job, they can go out and do that. And the other cool thing that we're doing is we have a partnership with Dallas College, and it is a construction management program that our parents can go through. So when they graduate, they could go be a manager at a construction company. And so that's going to help them get a better job and be better. And then our connections program that's listed up there is a program that once you have aged out of Vogel, so once your kids have gone on to kindergarten, and that doesn't necessarily mean you don't still need our services. And so we still help our parents with that a year after they've gone, because we have a lot of emergencies still, as you can only imagine. And so I love this program because it's helping us keep up with some of our alumni and the people that are moving on, and keeping them moving on and keeping them moving forward, instead of once they don't have our services anymore, they might backslide into old bad behavior. Okay, next one. And this is the Parent Opportunity Center I was telling you about. This is where it is. And so they can come and there's computers there, and And as I say, it's hard to tell, but the Mavs have helped us a lot with that. And the whole room has got blue paint all over it, and it's got Mavs all over it. So it's a great space. Again, if you came to Vogel, you could see that firsthand. It's really neat. It's full of computers and a place for them to have a nice class. They do a lot of interesting classes there too, the social emotional, like they make vision boards or do painting or different things. Because it's so important to make sure that our parents keep up their social and emotional well-being. Okay. I think I've covered most of that. So we are expanding, and we have recently opened a facility in North Dallas in conjunction with Family Gateway. And it is our North Campus is what we call it. And it has 3 classrooms, an infant, toddler, and preschool classroom. And currently we are closed because of mold. And but we've been open about 6 months, and we do really well up there. And we've had to kind of adjust our model a little bit, because these are folks that are just coming into the shelter system. And so they are still very raw, very traumatized. And so it's very hard for them to trust still. And so they aren't going to turn their kiddos over to a complete stranger. And so we've really had to change that a little bit, but to do some new ways of getting in to see these kids even sooner than we normally would after they get out of the shelter system and come on to Vogel. And so then our next one is we are getting ready to open a campus in the Redbird Mall in the shops at Redbird. If you guys don't know what's going on in the southern sector of Dallas with this Redbird Mall project, please go online and read about it. It is fascinating what is happening. But they've taken the Redbird Mall and repurposed it. And instead of the anchor stores being retail, they are now hospitals. So UT Southwestern and Parkland are now the anchors at this shops at Redbird. But we will have a place on the first floor of this mall, and we're going to do the same thing that we do now in our main campus and in our North campus. We'll have room for 134 kids, and we are not abandoning our mission of taking care of homeless children, but we will have a sliding scale, and we will take kids that can pay as well. And so those folks in that sector will have a place for affordable childcare, which that is so important. And but other things that they're doing down there that is great is they do there's gonna be a grocery store down there. I think Tom Thumb's going in. There's a Starbucks down there, which is like one of the busiest Starbucks in the nation, I've heard, which is unbelievable to me. So don't ever order there because you might never get your coffee. I don't know. But they've got a lot of interesting things there, and we are a part of that, and we're so excited, and we're getting ready to open that hopefully in December. It might be January. We are ready to open, but the mall is not quite ready to open. And until we have a front entrance and a way to get the kids in and out, we won't open until that's finished and our licensing and all of that. But it is going to be a beautiful facility, and we've got some interesting pictures that'll come up in a minute about those facilities. And it's really pretty, and I'm actually jealous because I'm on the main campus, so it's very pretty. And then our yellow one over there is we're working with the Salvation Army to be a part of their campus. They are launching a giant campaign to raise money and repurpose their campus, or to refurbish their campus, I guess. And they're going to have a lot of freestanding buildings. They're going to have a hotel. They're going to have a grocery store, a place to get clothes and things like that. But Vogel, since we are the experts in childcare, they asked us, and we're going to also have a freestanding building there on their campus for kids. And so we're going to be able to help more kids in this metroplex, and we're so excited about it because that's what we want to do. I think the last number I just recently heard was we have 6,000 homeless children in the DISD system alone. So that's a lot of kids, and that should not be that way. And so we're chipping away at it, one kid at a time. So this is a picture of our North facility where. And you can see all the yellow tape and everything. That's sort of closed. And but we do a lot of interesting things there for our families, as well as this teen programs and the school age kids too. And that's important for those kids to have a place to go after school and something to do. So we can move on. That's the playground equipment there at our North campus. This is one of our classrooms, or 2 of our classrooms. So this is great pictures of our Redbird facility. It's really going to be neat. and this outdoor playground, and that's the outside of the mall. Then this is kind of what it looks like when you walk in, and then our rooms and lots of little cubbies everywhere. We've got a library space. And so this is the one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you guys today, was to tell you about what Vogel does, but to also tell you about Day One DFW. This is an event that we have that is on January the 1st, and it's a great family fun event for families to do something on New Year's Day with their kids. Families are usually about $10 to get in, but the kids come for free. We have every bounce house, everything that's inflatable known to man. I think we have it at our facility. So why I'm telling you guys about it is because it is at the Irving Convention Center, and we take over the entire convention center, all 4 floors. Yes, all 4 floors. And we have tons of activities for the day. And it's a very exciting event. And partly why I'm here telling y'all about that too is if you want to participate in that, please let us know. There's a lot of ways you can. You can, your company can come and activate on site. You can give us product and we can have it on display or anything like that. Or if it's something that you need to talk to people about, you can come and do that as well. This is a great lead generator for businesses, but it's also a very fun event. And this picture right here is really cool because we usually end our Day One DFW with a fireworks show, but since everything around the convention center has built up so much, we can't do that anymore. And so we are going to have a drone show to end the day. And the even cooler thing about that is that it's the drone company that's on America's Got Talent that yeah, and they're local and they're going to be our drone people. So it's very cool. So it's going to be a fun event. And if you guys just even want to just come, that's awesome. But there's some information at the back of the room for you if you want to know more about how to sponsor or how to get involved. And there's some free koozies back there too if y'all want them. They're really cool. And so I'm not sure if I'm at time or not, and I probably went over time, but if anybody has any questions. Thank you.
I heard that you want them to be 75% prepared to go to kindergarten.
Yes.
But your percentage has been in the 90s.
Yes.
Now.
Mhm.
That is really awesome.
Thank you.
Help those children transition to something.
Thank you.
Do you have any percentages? Like, did you start at 75%? Like, how long have you been doing the program? Has it taken a while to get to that?
That's a great question. Thank you. And for those of you who didn't hear that, the question is, did we have a percentage before we hit the 75 or 92% of getting our kids ready to go to kindergarten is how I heard it. So yeah. Since I've been at Vogel about 5 years, and we've always been at about 75% as far as our goal, and we've always succeeded it. Now, to my knowledge, I don't think we've hit 92% before, but we've been in the higher percentile all the time, because that is one of the things we strive very hard for. Because kindergarten and first grade, the expulsion rate is bigger for those grades than it is for the whole other grades combined. And so, and that is just simply behavioral issues and disruptions and that kind of thing. And so one of the things we work very hard on is that self-regulation and how, we all know, don't send that email, don't, step away, take a breath, go get a drink of water, those kinds of things. And these kids don't have that moment of thought. So they just lash out and react immediately. And so that's one thing we work very hard on. And that's a big part of it, is to make sure that they're really ready to go and learn and listen. So thank you for that question. Yes. Thank you. And the question was, how big is our staff? And our staff right now, we're at a little over 70 people. And if y'all are asking, if you're thinking in your mind, you're thinking it's a not-for-profit with 70 people, oh my gosh, their overhead must be huge. And the answer is not so much, because it is huge. We have a huge budget. But all of the teachers and our social workers and those folks that work with our kids are all it's all programmatic. And so it's taking care of these kids and all of our mental health nurses, everybody. That is all in our program and built into that part of it. Our development staff, we're little, lean and mean because we are the overhead. And so we have to raise our money too. So, but that's a great question. We have a great staff too. I love our staff. They're amazing people. Yes.
You mentioned affiliation with Parkland Hospital. Are they guiding your cognitive assessment in the cognitive program?
Thank you. Right. The question was if we partner with Parkland, if they are guiding our programming and assessments, and they do not, but they partner with us. And so if we need help or if we need anybody to come in and deal with something that we're not equipped to deal with, we can partner with them on that. But we take care of most everything ourselves in-house. We also have some behavioral therapists that are on staff for us. And so if the teachers are having issues in the rooms, they can step in and take care of that. And again, with our nurses and et cetera. UT Southwestern also comes periodically to do a few things and to tour and volunteer and things like that. So we do have a good program.
All right, thank you.
I guess we're at time. It sounds like I have one more question.
Yeah, I noticed that we brought the North Texas Giving platform.
Yes.
Hit your goal.
Yes, we exceeded our goal. So wahoo. Yay. So thanks to everybody. If you gave, we were on the North Texas Giving Day and we reached $100,000 in our giving on North Texas Giving Day, which is amazing. And Tracy, it was a big part of that. She was our fearless leader who went out and blazed the trail for us. And so that was a great thing. So we appreciate it so much. And if you guys have any other questions, please feel free. I think our email addresses are floating around here somewhere, but there's cards in the back. There's a lot of information in the back. If you want to know more, even if you don't want to participate and just want to know more, that's fine. Let us know. And if you want to come for a tour or help us with Day One DFW, please let us know. Thank you for having us today. I appreciate it very much.
I was going to get a picture, and I want to give you, this is a Rotary challenge coin. It says service above self with a rotary wheel on one side. The other side has got the four-way test of the things we think CRD. The first is it the truth?
As far as I know.
That's what we're about. So here's
As far as I know, it's the truth. Thank
okay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all very much.
So, sisters and brothers, pull out your calendars on your phones because I'm going to give you some dates that you need to remember. First off, there's no meeting next week. Okay, we are vacating the club because of at the request of the club. We will have a social at Cielitos on Tuesday, October the 8th. On Thursday, October the 10th, we're going to go to Texas Legends for the banquet for the Healthcare Foundation. And as of right now, we have 34 Rotarians that are going to be there to support that. And so we're going to get special recognition, I think, from the lectern. And that's a great thing. If there are one or two, we might be able to squeeze you in. And then on the 17th, the week after that, the district governor will be here. And so we have to have a board meeting at 11 o'clock that day on the 17th. Now, as far as the gala, it was a hoot. We were well represented. I think we had about 15 to 18 Rotarians that were at the Irving Cares Gala, and it was a great time. Now, let me give you a flags report. Last Saturday, we built 88 flags, and we were done by 9:15. We were, as they say up in the hills, we were stepping and fetching. And so we will probably build flags now. I had a couple of people about the date. Look on your calendar, see how do you look for October 26th. That's the last Saturday in October. But we don't have to have anything ready till November the 11th. So October 26th, it's liable to be cold, rainy, maybe sleet and snow. Let's plan on building flags on October 26th. Then we need another 50 to 60, and we will be in very good shape for Veterans Day or Armistice Day. Any other announcements I know Val likes to remind us that there is a Rotary cruise coming up in January. Okay. Yes.
One quick announcement, Saturday at Irving Art Center is a Hallelujah concert. It's a choir from Ghana. If you are available, it starts at 7 o'clock. I highly encourage you to check it out.
Just a little bit of district news. Our district governor is Regina Edwards. As Dr. LeVar mentioned, she will be here in mid-October, and let's see. We do have the cruise coming up in January. It's a service cruise. So they'll be going to Cozumel and Rotan, and they actually get off the boat and do work with the local Rotary clubs. So if you have any interest in that, we'll have more information about it for you. Also, the Paul Harris Awards. We have each of the club members that have put in any money towards the foundation have accumulated points. You've heard us mention that a couple weeks ago. You can only use those points to sponsor someone else. So we're going to be looking for people to kind of sponsor each other in getting to the next level. So that's all we have. Thank you.
And I just had a thought. We've always had we want to have a project for our bucket money. Max, I suspect that there's going to be a need in Florida after this hurricane. So, because this is supposed to be one of the most powerful hurricanes to hit Florida in 100 years. So would you be so kind as this thing develops to check with our Rotarians in that part of the world and see if we can come up with a place where we can, that they might need a little help. Is that okay with everybody? Do you have any dissension on that? All right, we'll do that. You know, my oldest grandson is in school in Auburn, and his grandmother is already worried about him. Well, you need to call him and make sure he's safe. So Ivan is going to lead us in the 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. And Heather, I want you to know we're going to adjourn the meeting in just a minute, but you take whatever time you need to finish your lunch and enjoy and to visit. Okay, Ivan.
If you follow me in the 4-way test of the things we say or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and beneficial? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
These are the things we think, say, and do.
What did they say?
You just did say and do.
Oh.